Welcome back to another episode of Simple Chat. I'm your host, Janine Cassio, CEO and founder of Simple Lending Financial. And today we have a very special guest, Hannah Hammond, with us. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Hannah. I'm based out of Scottsdale, Arizona, and am just launching my lending company nationally. So it's great to be connected, and thanks for having me here.
Yeah, for sure. And you also have a real estate brokerage as well, right?
I do. Yes. Yeah. A commercial and residential brokerage based out of Scottsdale. So we just service Arizona residents for that one.
Yeah, real estate is such a hustle and grind. So I'm just curious, like, what keeps you motivated?
It is a grind for sure.
Yeah.
And I got in the business from reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad when I was 13 years old. And that's how I decided I was going to be into real estate. Yeah. But it's so great. The reason I love real estate so much is that it provides so many tax benefits that, you probably don't get in the lending space. We don't get as many of those unless you do like the IRA strategy or things like that. But it can be a great resource to add to a lending portfolio or a lending business because you can do that bonus depreciation and really help offset some of that income tax.
I've read that book as well, and it just talks so much about like mindset and the wealth mindset and growth mindset. How important do you think like having a strong mindset in this business is for your company?
Oh, it's everything. Mindset and integrity is, I think, everything, just maintaining relationships. But that's why relentless is my key word in one of my favorite books. And it's just, sometimes I want to quit every day, but it's just, you just stay positive, learn from all of your lessons. And I just always have the mentality of I either win or I learn. And so if I get tired or exhausted or feel like I'm losing, I just try to zoom out a little bit, figure out what I'm learning from the lesson or from the mistake or the loss, and then just try
view.
Right.
And
get stronger.
It's important for sure. So if you were to able to talk to Hannah from, 10 years ago, what would you be your biggest piece of advice to give to her?
I would just say to breathe, calm down, breathe, and it's all going to be okay. Like, you don't need to have it all right now.
Yes.
You don't have to have all the answers right away.
Enjoy the journey
and lean on other people. Like, really, instead of trying to figure it all out myself, really try to figure out who, not how.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you've given the audience already so many good, references, but do you have any other tips, tricks, or books that you'd say, really just hone in on this lesson from this book?
10x is easier than 2x by Dan Sullivan. Basically all of Dan Sullivan's books. Gap versus the Gain is a really good one. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant, Rich Dad's Guide to Investing, all great books. And then on a personal level, I really like The Power of Now, just slowing down.
Yes, I love that book. I haven't heard someone tip that book.
Really?
Eckhart Tolle is one of my biggest mentors, and really slowing down, and you're able to actually speed up. People don't realize that when you're slow down and be present, you actually can go faster and reach your goals. So I love that you have all the same titles. So being a woman in this space and navigating this, have you seen, because it is such a male dominated industry, and you could even see we're at the American Private Lending Associate conference right now, but there's only so few women to men. So do you feel like that's a challenge for you? Do you feel like there's obstacles you're trying to get past?
I'm used to it. I mean, being in commercial real estate and being in, more recently and getting into lending, and being raised by older brothers, I was just kind of always around men in my life. So I actually just connect well with men, but I'm super excited and really passionate about building a women's community in this space. And I think, there's more women entrepreneurs coming, women are becoming stronger, women are having more rights, and women are just kind of coming up. And so that's something I've been missing, I feel like. Throughout my business and throughout my personal life is strong lady boss, driven women who, have probably leaned more into their masculine role. But now I want to kind of pull back some of that feminine too, that I feel like has just been suffocating because I've just been so
alpha and masculine that sometimes it's good to have the balance. Everything in life is about balance.
But the hard part with the men has been the partnerships and relationships, because just having, being with the opposite sex and trying to always do business is always difficult to really know what the real intentions are on both parties, and then just trying to keep when I'm working with a female, we know we're just doing business. There's no like opportunity to like fall in love or something like that. So that's been a difficult thing, and I've had to kind of restart or backtrack a lot of times because sometimes the relationship goes into a direction that it wasn't really intended to go, and then it's like, okay, let's pump the brakes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. So where can our audience like find you and connect with you? And you're all over social media and you're doing a great job with that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So where can they connect best with you?
Yeah. Instagram, I manage my Instagram messages best. It's at Hannah B. Hammond. And if anyone reaches out to me there, I'll respond personally.
Love that. And what's your firm called that you're doing the fund with?
Well, the real estate is called The Firm.
Oh,
yeah. The Firm, and then the lending is HB Capital, and I'll be working with other direct lenders around the country, and then other originators as well as we build that out.
Love it. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.